This is how we represent number 1 in a year. For example, year 1883 in the 19th century. It's important. Now let's see the millennium of Jesus Christ. Look at this. AD Anno Domini, the year. What year is it? This is an I-562. 562 in the year of Iesus, Jesus Christ. Iesus, Jesus, the letter J in German languages is read like I, so with the word yes in German is J-A, which is read Ja, therefore Jesus is read Iesus. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. It's going to be interesting. Look at this. Letter Anno for year. Letter I, 564. 564 years in the millennium of Jesus Christ. What we call as Tartaria. Quite the difference. We see the letter I in a typical word with the other letters, but then we see the letter I in front of 564. Do you understand the millennium of Jesus Christ? Let's see here. Anno at the left, which means, Anno means year. I have to do this. I need to zoom to make it look good. Now, and here we have J. And then a Z, which I don't know if it's a 2 or not, but we have a J in front of the word. A clear J, Jesus. Okay, let's go. Anno, which means year. Look, this is not a 1. This looks like I don't know if it's an I or a J. 650. Next, you know the big bells? Quite a lot of industry they had in the millennium of Christ. Big bells made of metal with pure technology. Look, Anno Domini. Let's get close. Anno Domini, which in the word Domini, you clearly see the letter I, and then you say, I 660. Year 660 in the millennium of Jesus Christ, the King of Kings, the chosen one, Son of the Almighty, as it is stated. Anyway, let's go. Clearly see the letter I. Look, the technology in the millennium of Christ. Big, huge bells made with technology. Now, it's important to understand that, and all this, these are pictures of the, we so-called 19th century, right? Which, the bells which were in the world, and then they were all melted and destroyed. You know, the resets that happened afterwards. By the way, these are not crosses, nothing to do with religion. They're antennas for atmospheric energy or etheric energy. But of course, you now know that. Now, all sorts of inscriptions, for example, Jesus J669, so year 669 in the millennium of Christ, Jesus. Remember, the letter J in the Germanic languages is read like I, so you don't say Jesus, you say Iesus, right? And then of course here we have a clear, for example, here you see the letter J, and what was like the, and here you see, for example, Juni, which is the month of June, Juni, and then you have I, 880. You see how in many places in the 19th century, what we call 9th century, they still kept the year of the Lord, the year of the King of Kings, Iesus, Jesus. Here as well, Juni, which means June, the month of June. Remember, you have to understand, it's very important, the Germanic languages and the German language and the ancient German language, and English is a German language as well. And here we have I in front of the year 893, and here we have a J, J889, and here we have an I, I889, here an I, Iesus, a year 890 in the millennium of Christ. And here we have I, a clear I, 896. No 1,000 years. You know what they added 1,000 years for the Middle Ages, Dark Ages, etc. I, 897. J, 898. Clearly a J from Jesus, we would say in English. Iesus, written with J. You read the J as an I. Iesus. I, 902. Anno Domini, the millennium of Christ, year 903. They even kept this. Some people still knew. Those who were alive at what we call the end of the 1800s and the beginning of the 1900s. Some of them still knew what happened in the previous years, the millennium. The whole knowledge died with the Second World War, pretty much, and in between the First and Second World War. That's why we live now in the period of Satan, which is the period of deception, as written in Revelation and as understood also and in the book of Enoch. If once you understand the book of Enoch and Revelation, you put them together. Look at this, J785, the year of the King of Kings, millennium of Christ, which has ended. J660, here another like J679, and I hope that this makes sense to you. Now, let's go to one of the most epic, amazing, super, supreme, incredible. These are super incredible. By the way, this was constructed in the millennium of Christ. What we understand as Tartaria. That's why I like to use now the millennium of Christ. These were built in the millennium of Jesus Christ, King of Kings. Now, which one is I think this one is a good one. I like the. Let's look at one with J. Should select one with J. J. Let's leave it at J here, because you can see just remember, the German language is very important, okay? Don't underestimate German. And we have also ancient German, and in America, in what we call the USA, ancient German was very important as well. In the German language and the Germanic languages, the letter J is pronounced like I. Okay, so the easiest, you don't have to be a genius. Everybody knows how to say yes and no in pretty much all the languages. Now, in German, no is 9 and yes is ja. It's written J-A. You don't say ja, you don't say J, you say ja. Ja. Therefore, in the words like Jesus, in German you read Iesus. Do you now understand the importance of the letters J and I, depending on the culture and the geography and the places in the world? So this is like, imagine all the buildings which were already destroyed and they're gone forever, or the ones which are still underground, mud flood, covered by meters and feet of dirt everywhere, in Europe, in Russia, in North America, in South America, in Asia, in Australia, in everywhere. The kingdom of Christ was, I'm not sure if it was in the whole known world or like in 80% of the world. The important thing here is this. Everything is geography, history, and international geopolitics. Once you understand and you search, because the evidence is all around us, that's when you wake up. And we are now living after the millennium of Christ in the short season, which is the age of deception, which is a short season. We're going to have to look closer at the book of Enoch as well, which is amazing, with the years, and that's when you understand fully a bit more Revelation as well. See you in the next video.